Yes.
Okay, so just imagine. So tell me what happens. You have a liquid vessel. Okay, I am dropping a small ball. So do you think this ball will continuously go, or it will go for some time and then it will be slow, it will become slow, and then it will be stable? First instant, it pick up speed. It starts increasing, then slowly decreases and it becomes constant. And it becomes, maybe either it goes down for, or sometime it remains inside also. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Why does this happen? Why the solid, when it start, it initially increases. Obviously it is at rest. I am holding it. When I drop, slowly the speed increases, and after some time it will decrease and it will float here only, inside only. Why does it happen? It happens because of a concept called terminal velocity. Okay, first write down a definition of terminal velocity, then I will explain you what happens. Hello, can you hear me? Hello.
Yes,
हेलो,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
आवाज आ रहा है मेरा?
हाँ सर
हाँ,
आ रहा है।
आ रहे।
Yeah. So write down terminal velocity. It is the constant speed. It is the constant speed or the maximum velocity. It is the maximum velocity or speed, you can write. Attainable by an object. Attainable by an object. Attainable by an object as it falls through the fluid. Through the fluid. Fluid can be anything. It can be liquid. It can be anything. It can be air. The most common example is air. And when does it occur? It occurs when the sum of the dragging force or the viscous force, FV, you can write FV or FD, anything. It occurs when the dragging force or the viscous force and the buoyancy, the sum of dragging force and the buoyancy is equal to the downward force of gravity or weight of the object. The sum of dragging force plus the buoyancy, that is called upthrust, is equal to the weight of the object. This only when this it happens. Just write down, then I will explain. Clear?
Yes, sir.
So now coming back to our figure, this is your vessel. I have a water. So now I have a liquid here. I have an object here. Object is dropped. When object is dropped, obviously it will have a weight. The mg is actually pulling the object downward, and when it falls inside, you have two force acting. You know very well, whenever the object is moving, the drag is always opposite. If the object is moving this way, the drag is this way. If the object is moving downward, there is always a viscous drag upward. So there is a drag upward that is called FD or FV, and there is a upthrust or the buoyancy. What is buoyancy? Any idea what is buoyancy? Whenever a liquid, when an object is dropped inside a fluid, you will have some amount of water displaced. Yes or no? Yes or no? And that
Yes, sir.
upthrust is called the buoyancy. It's an upward force. So there are two forces acting on an object when it is dropped inside a liquid. That is a buoyant force, and what is a dragging force? This one and this one are constant. Why? Yes, it is constant. Your buoyancy, which we say upthrust, and your mg is constant. This will never change. Why? You know very well the mass never changes, the g never changes. What changes is your fd and fv. Your dragging force changes. Why? Your dragging force, initially we saw what it depends on. It depends on radius and what else? Eta and the velocity. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Your r and eta is same. Why? Because it is the same liquid only. What is changing? What is changing?
Velocity.
Velocity. Initially, when the object is here, the velocity is 0. So slowly, when the object drops because of the mass, it accelerates the object. So basically, how it is here. Slowly, the velocity increases, and after some time, it will be constant. Why? Because that constant velocity is nothing but the terminal velocity. And since the velocity increases, everything else is constant. The velocity is increasing because your FD is increasing. So earlier, your buoyancy, your FD, I can give an example. B is equal to 10. Your F is equal to, let's say, 2. So 10 plus 2, okay, is lesser than 20. That's why the object was coming down. Slowly, when the velocity is increasing, this 2 is becoming 3, 4, 5, 6, and slowly it becomes what? Because the velocity is highest, it becomes 10. Your drag becomes 10, and this is already 10. So 10 plus 10 equal to 20. And that time, the object becomes rest. Why? Because both the upward force, the sum of the upward force is equal to the downward force, and there is no force acting on the object, and the object is stable. It is neither moving down, it is not moving up. Is it clear, guys? Very important. If you didn't understand, I'll
Yes, sir.
explain.
Yes, sir.
Initially, the object is constant. There is no force, no velocity. Because of that, there is no dragging force, almost 0. Because velocity is constant, 0. Slowly, when I drop, the velocity starts to increase. Why? Because the mg is very high. Mg is always there. Mg pulls the object down and it accelerates. Slowly, when mg accelerates, there is a dragging force coming into picture. You know why? Because the object is not inside the liquid, it is outside. Slowly, when it goes inside, more and more it is getting exposed to more and more water molecules. So more and more water molecules getting exposed. Dragging force is more. Dragging force depends on the velocity. Velocity is increasing. Dragging force increasing. Slowly, what happens? This dragging force was initially 2, which that's why the force, downward force is more, and slowly this dragging force is increasing. Why? Velocity is increasing. Slowly it becomes 2, 3, 4, until it becomes 10. The motion is downward and it is going down. Initial moment the dragging force becomes 10. 10 plus 10 equal to 20. There is no force. The upward force is cancelling downward force. So net force acting on the object is 0, and it is called the object has attained terminal velocity. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
All of you clear? Very important. So now we will
Yes, sir.
we will understand the expression. We will find out the value for that. Okay. So what we saw that your FV, your weight of the liquid of the solid is equal to what? FV plus upthrust. Yes or no? This is our formula. Yes. So what is weight? Weight is nothing but mg. Yes or no? And what is mg? You know mg is equal to, what is m? Density by volume. So can I write m equal to, sorry, rho equal to density by volume, mass by volume. So can I write mass equal to rho into V? So can I write M into B, rho into velocity, sorry, what do you call that? Volume, V, big volume. And what is FV? You know FV is what? 6 pi R eta into what? V. Yes or no? Yes or no? And what is U?
Yes, sir.
U is not there in your book. Okay, it is not there in your portion. So you can write directly volume, okay, into volume into I'll write as sigma. Why sigma? Sigma is the density of the liquid displaced. Okay, because of the upthrust, what is the amount of liquid got displaced? Basically, we have to find the mass of the liquid displaced into G. What is this L? It is mass of the liquid displaced due to the object falling. And what is this ml? ml, you know that sigma is the density of the liquid. So density of the liquid is nothing but mass of the liquid divided by the volume of the what? Volume of the sphere. Yes or no? Arey baba, this is the sphere which is dropped. This much amount of volume, how much liquid got displaced? So what is your ml? Your ml is nothing but sigma into V. So, and we have to write mg, ml into G. So we are having this expression. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
See mg, mlg, because of ml I am writing V and sigma. How? You know this formula, sigma equal to ml by V. So ml equal to sigma V. So sigma V I'm substituting instead of ml. So I got V sigma G. So now tell me what is V? You know V is nothing but sphere. So it is basically what? Let us not write now sigma, just write down normally. So what I will do, I will take this side, both this side here. So sigma V minus V sigma G is equal to 6 pi. Sorry, one G is also there, no? I missed it. Is equal to 6 pi R eta into Vt. Clear? Clear or not? Guys, any issue?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So what is Vt? So I can write G is common, V is also common. So sigma rho minus sigma divided by 6 pi R eta equal to Vt. Is it clear? Yes or no? Any doubts till now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
What is the volume of the cube? Volume of the sphere? 4 pi 3 pi R cube into sigma minus, sorry, rho minus sigma divided by 6 pi R eta equal to Vt. So pi gone, 1 R gone. So this becomes R square. And here, so I will write this as 3 into 2 divided by sigma, rho minus sigma into divided by eta is there, no? Yeah, only eta is there. Okay, so here 1 2 goes, here 1 2 goes. Yes or no? So this becomes what? 2 by 9 rho minus sigma divided by eta equal to Vt. Is it clear? Oh, R square is also there, no? So what is the final expression? 2 by 9 R square divided into 1 by eta to the power 1 by eta of we have rho minus sigma. This equal to Vt. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Is it clear? Who left the
Yes,
meeting?
sir.
Dhruva left the meeting. Understood how it happens? So this volume can be anything. This volume can be anything. You can have a sphere, you can have a cube. Depending on that, you can get that. Okay? Is it clear? So I am just showing this as a sphere. Normally, we are taking example of a sphere because the experiment was done using the sphere. So this is the value of the terminal velocity. Is it clear, guys?
Yes, sir. Clear.
So if I want to write what is the expression of eta, how can I write? Just twist it. How? Eta will be what? Eta will come down. So 2 by 9 r square. So Vt will come down. It will be Vt down into rho minus sigma equal to eta. That's all. Because Vt and rho will get changed. That's it. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
So with this, the chapter comes to an end. We have successfully completed 2 chapters. So guys, prepare well. I will take a test tomorrow. Tomorrow 8 a.m. 8 p.m.
Okay, sir.
So you have to log in and
So
you have
maximum marks.
25 marks. 1 hour.
The same time, right?
Yeah. You want to have early, you can have early because I don't have to teach you. I just have to be
No,
there.
no.
You want a different time, you can tell.